I like that.
Whole lot of beeps and a whole lot of blurs going on in that entire image right there. His shirt, by the way, had a picture of Sam Darnold with the middle finger up, just to point it out to everyone. That's why we had to blur it out. Were the Seahawks disrespected? You could, from the beginning of the season till the end, till yesterday or Monday when we were talking about that. What do you think, Hawk?
I think they were a surprise team for a lot of people. I think where the disrespect came in was that even when they showed the ability to be one of the top teams in the league, people still waited for that carriage to turn into a pumpkin, and specifically with Sam Darnold. Because we all see him in the way that he came into the league and not the way that Sam Darnold has played over these last 2 seasons, which has been one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. Back-to-back 14-win seasons for a team where he's thrown on average 4,100 yards, 30 touchdowns. That is special in a good category, and he's making the players around him better. So from that respect, where there's this idea that any quarterback could have went in there and won it with the Seattle Seahawks, it's not a true narrative. Sam Darnold has played incredible, and that's the reason why they're hoisting the Lombardi.
What do you think?
Yeah, look, Sam is he's the tip of the spear when you're talking about the disrespect in Seattle, because everyone still looks at Sam as if he's still playing for the New York Jets. They're still looking at Sam as if it's them against the New England Patriots on Monday Night Football, and he's saying, I'm seeing ghosts out there. They're still looking at him as that. They discount everything that he has gone through up until this point, how he has taken that progression and developmental arc that isn't always linear like we would like it to believe, and he has turned it into one of these stories where now people are sitting there going, can we kind of copy what Seattle's doing? Can we match a quarterback with an offensive coordinator, with a head coach, with a philosophical approach that would net us a Super Bowl the same way Seattle has done? Because that's exactly what's going on in front offices right now. They're saying, hey, look, can we find someone who has Sam's makeup, who is so able to withstand all the different types of adversity that he has withstood, overcome all the bad coaching that he's overcome, and then put him in the kind of situation that John Schneider put him in Seattle and come out with a Super Bowl. That's what teams are asking themselves right now, and that's why I think now the conversation around him needs to change, because we need to keep in mind the fact that his environment, the first 3-4 years of his career, no quarterback really could have overcome that. I don't care who it is.
Yeah. S.A., what do you think?
Oh, Lord. First of all, good to see y'all. Let me say this to Ernest Jones. The brother's the real deal, no doubt about it. And you're the champions. You're the Super Bowl champions. And in an environment like that, after you backed it up and you won the championship, you get to say what the hell you want. So let me get that out the way. But you know what? You could try to recreate the narratives all you want to. Y'all are the Super Bowl champions. And I still ain't apologizing for a damn thing I said about Seattle Seahawks. So you want to give a big FU, make sure you aim it in my direction. I'm good with it. I can take it. I don't give a damn. Here's the reality of the situation. From the moment Mike McDonald arrived, that defense was real. Nobody had anything to say about the Seattle Seahawks defense. Tell me who said something about them over the last 2 years. They were 10-7 last year, okay? They were obviously 14-3 this year. Lewis, Dre, tell me I'm wrong. Who said something about that defense? Ain't nobody said anything about that defense. We all knew it was real. Offensively, Njigba's that dude. Nobody threw any shade on him. Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, what do we say about them? What do we say about them? What we said when we had trepidation, it was about Sam Darnold. Are we really supposed to sit here and apologize for that? Are we really supposed to sit here and gonna act like we didn't have fodder for that? When he was with the New York Jets, or granted, football purgatory, some could argue, is anemic and pathetic as they have been as a franchise, haven't even been to the playoffs since Riddick was rocking an afro. Okay, that's how bad they have been. We get that part. With 3 years with the New York Jets, he was 13-25. The 1 year with the Carolina Panthers, he was 8-9. We looked at it and we said, damn. We see a lot of stuff that's going on. We saw this man perform on Monday Night Football against the Patriots and literally confessed that it was like a deer in headlights, how confused he was. We saw all of these things. Then he went to Minnesota last year, and we said, wait a minute, this brother's looking special, 14-2. That's something impressive, but let's see what he does now that the pressure is on to win the division title against the Detroit. He nosedive. He goes in the playoffs against the Los Angeles Rams. Not his fault. He was getting slaughtered. They sacked him 9 times, 2 turnovers, only generate 9 points. So then you decide, if you're the Minnesota Vikings, this is the quarterback whisperer, Kevin O'Connell. What's Kevin O'Connell and them doing? Hey, man, he could go out the door. We could best utilize that money elsewhere. We'll flow with a rookie that hasn't even thrown an NFL pass ahead of this dude before we pay him, market value, quarterback money. We ain't trying to give him at least $33 million a year when other quarterbacks were getting $50 and $55 million a year. So you go to Seattle. led by that defense, which was elite, having weapons on the offensive side of the ball. You show up and you show out, and you show up in the NFC Championship game. We still held off, even though you were 28-6 against everybody. We said, yo, let's see what he's going to do against the Rams, because he only 1-3 against them over the last 2 seasons. That appears to be his kryptonite. Now that the playoffs are here and it's an NFC Championship game, you got the 12 backing you up, okay? What you going to do? And he showed out. 346 yards. 3 touchdowns, no turnovers, and everybody said, okay, now we've seen it. We got nothing to say. So contextualize it properly. If you Ernest Jones, or if you are a bunch of those cats celebrating, clearly a bit inebriated, I might add, sticking up the middle finger to everybody that doubted them. Folks didn't doubt the Seattle Seahawks. We knew that the Super Bowl championship was the NFC Championship game between the Rams and the Seahawks. What we had questions about was Sam Darnold, and that man answered the questions. Finally, after about 6 years, he finally answered the call. There you have it. That is the truth.
He's had these back-to-back seasons of 14-win seasons, and he's played incredible throughout. Yes, he's had games here and there, but every good player does. But he's also been in 3 organizations 3 years in a row. And at each stop, it was, oh, man, the San Francisco 49ers like him.
So, Dre.
Shanahan is there. And then the Minnesota Vikings, well, now he has KOC, and that's why he's doing well. And now he's with Clint Kubiak, and all he's done is continue to play that way. What's up?
So, Dre.
Drew, too.
I mean, I don't know if you know this or not. Bruh. But I like you, and I watch you. Now, and Lewis knows what's coming. So you trying to tell me there's no place, because I work here, my brother. I mean, I got access to producers, and we got tapes. You trying to tell me I can't find no tapes over the last couple of years where you sitting back and you going like this, Sam Darnold balling, but we got to see it? You had no questions, no trepidation whatsoever. Be careful about how you answer this question, Drake. There's tapes, my brother, and you've done lots of shows. You've never questioned Sam Darnold? You never questioned him?
I don't. You know what though? You know what?
I'll say it like this.
I asked a question.
There is no tapes that once I was presented with new information in the form of game tape and the way he is playing and operating an offense, that you will find me say that he is not the reason why that offense is playing so well. And I can stand on that with both teams.
No, that's not the Oh, that's slick. Oh, you're good. You're very good. That is not my question. That's a slick way to answer it. What I said, I'm saying 28-6, he could ball. At no time did you sit up there and say, but he got to show it in the postseason. He's got to be able to do that, especially after what happened last year against Detroit and the Los Angeles Rams. I can't find no footage nowhere. You saying that? Because I watch
That's every quarterback, though, Stephen A. That's every quarterback. They got to prove it in the postseason. And he's done so. And JSN is one of the top receivers in the league.
I'm asking you, can I find the tape? Are you saying that? Ain't that true?
No, you ain't going to find that tape.
Ain't that true?
You ain't going to find that tape.
You know what?
I'm putting on tape.
You know what, though?
That's right.
You ain't going to find the tape.
Let him know.
You know,
You ain't going to find the tape.
Okay. Riddick, Mr. Chippendale, tell him, Lewis, because you know I'm going to find it. You know I'm going to find the tape now.
He's going to get some people start scrubbing the tape. There's no question about it. But see, here's the interesting thing. Here's the interesting thing about Sam Darnold. And this is one of the things that I try to do, because I know that this is what front offices try to do. And you hear me say this a lot. The NFL and team building is about future performance projection. They don't have the luxury of being able to see a guy actually do things all the time before they go all in and then they throw all their weight behind someone. So John Schneider, hey, look, John Schneider saw the tape in New York. He saw the tape in Carolina. He saw how things ended in Minnesota, and he still threw his support behind him and said, hey, look, I'm going to move on from Geno Smith. I'm going to make this guy my franchise quarterback. I'm going to say that JSN can go from being more than just what many people thought he was, which was just a slot receiver, that he's going to be an X and a Z, and he is going to, and we are going to develop this offense behind the direction of Clint Kubiak, and we're going to be just fine when we look at it with our defense and our special teams, to the point where I do believe we can be title contenders. They don't have the benefit of sitting back going, hey, prove it to me first.
Right. So in other words, I just want to make sure I'm clear. Hold on, Shae. I just want to make sure I'm clear with Mr. Chippendale's right there. You know what I'm saying? When they got a tie on for a change, Drake. He usually got the shirt wide open. You know,
man, that's just because you can't open your shirt because you ain't have no chest. I get it. I get it.
You're right. I'm working on it, though. But here's the deal, Mr. Chippendales. Here's the deal, Mr. Chippendales. So, in other words, we're supposed to sit back and it's like a standing ovation.
Yeah, you are.
Tough, hard. Let me finish.
Yeah,
They made
you
the
should
tough,
be doing that.
Hard decision. Hold on. I'm telling you, I'm getting my point.
Okay.
We're supposed to applaud, standing ovation to make the tough, hard decision of moving on from Geno Smith. That's what we doing this morning.
Hold on, man.
That's
hold
what we
on
do.
now.
That's
hold
what
on
we doing.
now.
That's
You
what
want me
we
to
doing.
find? You want me
That's
to
what we
find? Do I need to go look for some tapes? Do I need to find some
Yeah,
tapes
go ahead.
of whether or not people thought that the Seattle Seahawks should or should not move on from Geno Smith? Are you telling me there's no one at this network or otherwise who thought that maybe they were making a mistake moving on from Geno Smith?
A lot of people felt that way. Damn right.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Well, then it is a hard decision.
I root for Geno. I'm not rooting against him. I hope he has a long, prosperous career, and he's a hell of a lot better than he was this last year in Las Vegas. But the bottom line is, wasn't nobody writing home about Geno Smith, man. Come on now, let's keep it a buck. Now, let's stop that nonsense.
Hey,
we're not going to do that here on First Take, not this morning.
Don't make me go find the tapes now.
You go find the tape.
I'm gonna find the
tape.
All right.
People clamoring to keep Geno Smith as the quarterback.
Okay.
Well,
okay,
now-
I'm not going to say clamoring.
Now looking back on the year Geno Smith had, or
Well,
not even a year.
Yeah,
when he was with Vegas.
That's what I'm saying. It's easy to do that now.
Remember what he was like when he was
It's
with the
easy to
Seattle
do that
Seahawks.
now.
With new information.
He's not a scrub. He can play, just a bad year. I'm not trying to throw shade on Geno Smith.
And neither
but let's
am
not
I.
act like people were clamoring for him to be their quarterback. Let's
Neither
not
am
act
I.
like that now.
Well, Mike McDonald
All right.
certainly wasn't. But
Okay.
who gets the laugh? It's the Seattle Seahawks because they are Super Bowl champs. We need to chill now maybe on criticizing Sam Darnold, at least for a couple
By the way,
months.
Shae,
Yes.
I usually don't like myself on this screen, but I'm looking at myself right now with this fly-ass blazer, and I'm like, I kind of like how it looks on the screen. Now, take me over to the big screen and let's see how I look on that one.
It's just
Let's see how I look
Easter
on
is not tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like Easter.
I wish I
is
had a
not
magic
yet.
marker right
That's
now.
all.
Because I would color all over this thing.
That's all I'm saying.